Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We continue with the recitation of the 28th Shabad in Asa Kabir Jiyo, compositions of Bhagat Kabir Ji. We will do the recitation one line at a time, but we will begin from the Rahau because I think that gives us a clue. And the Rahau is as follows. Ab mohe nachno na aave, mera man mandariya na bajave. So literally, if you were to take this in its literal sense, what Kabir is saying is that now I no longer know how to dance. My mind no longer plays the drum. So the question would be, what drum was the mind playing? And what was the dance? In that sense, we get from the first verse. Of course, the message is scattered throughout the Shabad, but we begin to get an inkling when we look at the first verse, which reads, Jau Mai Rup Kie Bahutere, ab phune Rup na hoi, Taga tant saj sab thaka, Ram naam bas hoi. Jau Mai Rup Kie Bahutere, ab phune Rup na hoi. Even though I weaved many forms in the past, now, ab, no new form will emerge. Again, it begs the question, what is he weaving? Is this the physical cotton that he weaves as a weaver, or is he pointing to something else? And it is interesting because Kabir Ji speaks in riddles and in metaphor, and very masterfully at that. So we have to look at the words carefully. He has used the word Rup in both its singular and plural sense. So we have to pause to understand what he's trying to convey. So Rup, the word Rup means form, appearance. However, it also means thought and a state of consciousness. So we have to reflect deeper on what this metaphor is suggesting. So if the word Rup also means thought, then it is reasonable to say that Kabir is speaking of the thought that arises one after the other in the mind, the form, and collectively the Rup. It gives form to the mind. It shapes the mind, which is the state of your consciousness. So Kabir Ji is saying that the ceaseless arising of thoughts that shaped my mind, that arising has stopped. Here he is obviously speaking of the active, restless mind, the ego mind, which gives rise to endless thoughts and is always weaving a tapestry of perception and knowledge. Kabirji says that mind is now at rest. Taga tant saj sab thaka Ram naam bas hoi. Again, literally, you would read this to say the thread and the loom are all worn out, and I dwell in self-knowledge. So, but taga again has multiple connotations, and among them, of course, it means thread, but it also means continuance. And tant is its plural form and stands for the machine, the mind. Saj can mean harmony, it can mean instrument. So if we look beyond the literal meaning, Kabirji is saying that my mind is now in harmony. The strands of thought in the loom are now harmonious. They are weaving the fabric of the self, of Ram Nam. So Thaka means it now is at rest through self-knowledge. It recognizes its true nature. So that is what Kabirji is talking about. So I no longer dance, I no longer play the drum. So you see, the drum is the mind playing on the body. Because Mandariya means drum. Mera man mandariya na bajave. But you have to understand that mandariya is derived from mridangam, which is an instrument, that is a drum that is played in Karnataka music and in other music. Mridangam is a compound of mrit and anga, which means clay and limb, suggesting that the drum here is the body. Mera man mandariya na bajave, meaning my mind no longer drives my body. The drum is the site of desires. My mind no longer plays the drum of desires. So there is the use of mridangam suggests that self-knowledge has a certain resonance. It's vibrant. And when that happens, Kabirji says, Kaam, Krodh, Maya, Le Jari, Trisna, Gagar, Phuti. The vessel of desire is shattered. Lust and anger, illusion is burnt away. Kaam cholana bhaya hai purana, gaya param sab chuti. So the desire, the garment of lust has become old, hai purana, but that is really not the meaning. What it means is the garment has recognized the Purana, which is the primal self within. When that happened, all illusions dispelled. Purana means ancient. It refers to the Har. So, Kaam Cholana Bhaya hai Purana. What was a garment of desire has become a garment of the self, of self-knowledge. This is the transformation that has taken place. And what happened then? There was a realization. What was the realization? Sarva bhoot eke kar janya chuke bad bibada. All conflicts and disputations have ended because I have realized that whatever comes into existence, sarva bhoot, all the elements, eke kar janya, they are from the same source. They're the same. So, kahe Kabir, main pura paya. I have recognized, I have attained completeness. In a sense, I'm in harmony. Ram Prasada, this is a grace. This is the grace of the all-pervading Ram. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.